Welcome to another edition of 42 Straight Years In. On my crackhead update, I was at the 7-Eleven yesterday and I saw a lady standing out, a Hispanic lady. She's standing outside the store. And I went in and bought my lottery. When I came back out, she asked me for a light. So I keep a lighter in my car. I went to the car and got her a lighter. So I started a conversation with her. She said she don't even remember her name. She don't even know how she got in East Dallas. And also she told me she hadn't had her medication. And she started asking me about homeless shelters. She said she originated from California. So I told her about the homeless shelter in South Dallas, Austin Street Shelter. I don't know if they'll take her. She didn't have no ID, social security card. She didn't have no form of identification. So I told her I'd drive you over there. I drove to Austin Street Shelter, and before she got out the car, she asked me, she said, "Where do you live at?" I said, "Over by the 7-Eleven where I pick you up in East Dallas." She said, "Can I go to your house?" No, she said, "Who live at your house?" I said, "Just me and my old lady." She said, "Can I go there and take a shower?" I had to turn her down. The lady ain't got no ID, claims she don't remember how she got to East Dallas. I don't want her in my house, so I dropped her off at the shelter. And I don't know what happened to her. That's my crackhead update. Y'all know what it is. Get your shanks out, and let's get ready to ride. Yeah, people are always talking about gang banging and just criminal activity in general. There's no retirement package in that profession. You don't see not one have a 401k or pension or anything at the end of his so-called hustling days. I know a lot of old guys here in Dallas. Very few of them got anything to show from all the bullshit they went through in their life. They can tell you some good prison stories, some good stories they had on the streets, but that's about it. They don't have no assets whatsoever. And I was telling some young guys, I said, look around you at some of the old guys. Is that how you want to be? Most of them said no. I said, the majority of you is headed that way. You ain't got nothing going on for you. I said, one time those old guys were hell of a guys. They were young and bouncy just like you guys was. Now look at them. They all broke down. Some of them is still drug addicts. A lot of them is homeless. And the only thing they got going for them is a SSI check. They ain't got no retirement. Something else. You in that lifestyle, majority of the time, you ain't going to die of prostate cancer or cancer. You're going to die at a young age. You ain't going to never live to get old. Or if you do get old, you'll get old in a maximum security prison somewhere. And that's a hell of a lifestyle. Knowing if you continuously live, you're going to become an old man inside a maximum security prison. Now, Texas do not give a damn about your age. That don't mean jack shit to them. You can be sick. They still will not they can give you a medical parole. They won't do it. If you got a hell of a violent crime where it's going to be an outcry, no parole panel is going to vote for you being released on medical parole to an old folks home or to a hospital, a VA hospital. They're going to let you die right inside that prison because they have medical facilities. The Estelle unit has a geriatric unit. All those guys in there are old as hell. And I used to work out there in the infirmary at Estelle. And I listen to some of them guys talk. They say, man, I'm happy right here. I got my domino partner. I'm not interested in women no more. I don't want to get drunk. So this don't bother me being here. This done gave up on life. They feel like ain't nothing for them on the outside. You know, when this pandemic is over with and they start allowing people back inside of prison, when I go back to speak to those guys, there's one thing that I'm going to tell them. It's while you're here, take every vocational trade they have so you be well-rounded when you do get released. That way you have marketable skills. They don't know that plumbers make $80,000 or $100,000 a year. It's a demand for plumbers right now. They need them bad. And they got plumbing trade. They got a computer recovery, diesel mechanic, auto mechanic, bricklaying, carpentry, welding, auto and body work. Man, you get all those trades you can. So when you get out, a lot of those trades don't give a damn about criminal conviction. They worrying about your work experience. Is you qualified to do the job? Everybody, I used to remember when I first went to prison, a lot of guys used to say, I guess they think that sounds slick. Man, I get a job, man, I want to be wearing a suit and a tie, working in the air conditioner. I used to ask those guys, I said, they give you a job at one of the skyscrapers downtown Dallas. What the hell do you know how to do in that skyscraper? What do you know? What are your job skills? Only thing you can do is maybe be a security guard, be a janitor, or go out there on a scaffold and clean them damn windows on the 45th floor. That's about all you can do. You ain't got no other skill set. But everybody wanna run before they crawl. You gotta walk, then crawl, then run. You know, it's a few people get out and get breaks, but not that many. I remember I was walking the streets of Austin going to a bus stop. That's where I was released to. Man, those people be riding by me in their nice car. I'm walking and I'll be saying, man, old as I am, I feel like I didn't put the work in. But I looked at it on the real side. I said, yeah, I put the work in prison. But I ain't put no work in on the outside in order to achieve all these things. These people been free their whole damn life. They should have a nice Chrysler 300 apartment or a nice house to live in, wear nice clothes. You've been out here all the time. You should know all the avenues to be successful in the free world. Just like I knew all the avenues to be successful inside of a prison. That was my home. I knew all the little tricks to the shit. You should learn the same thing out here. If you don't know how to beat the system in America, you're going to be at the bottom of the pile. Most people who are successful, they know how to work the system. They work the system to their benefit. Many days I used to be walking to the bus stop, or I'd be on the bus riding, or especially I done missed the bus stop, I'd be saying, damn, man, I got to go all the way down here and get off this bus and wait and catch another bus, or sometimes it's raining. But I knew if I keep my freedom, things going to change for me. I've been incarcerated. These people been free. Naturally, they should do better than I'm doing. That's a given. But you're human, it still's going to bother you. I used to say, man, I can't do nothing dumb. I had all type of opportunities for a so-called come-up. I had a young guy that I knew from prison, Hispanic guy, man. He had big drugs in Austin. And he asked me, one day I caught him over on the east side. He asked me, hey, man, come work for me. I done had that proposition from a lot of guys. I turned it down, and I didn't have jack shit. I mean, I didn't have nothing. I think I had a couple dollars in my pocket and a fucking bus pass. Him and his wife, they gave me some money. And he gave me a number. Hey, man, you ever need anything? Call me at this number. I ain't never called. I just said, man, I got to toughen this shit out. My time will come. So now I'm doing pretty decent. I don't take nothing for granted. I appreciate the few material things that I do have now. And I can look around me, a lot of guys who've been free all their life, hell, I'm doing better than they are. You know, it's not a race. I'm not trying to go against what another person has or don't have. I don't judge you on that, man. I like to see a person do good. Like a guy here live in this complex I live in, man, he went and bought a nice ass truck. So me and him do talk occasionally, and I congratulate him. Hey, man, that's a nice ass truck. I look around me, I say, hell, if I wanted to, I can get that same truck. I just didn't say nothing. I say, I'm glad to see people can do things. That let me know, that inspire me. If they can do it, so can I. But they ain't came from my background. Let me see you come from that background and come up. That is not easy to do. Release from prison, all they give you is that little bullshit flip phone. You ain't got no contacts. Well, some guys don't. How in the hell you gonna make it? No place to live, nothing. Let me see you come up. Drop you off in Dallas at the Greyhound downtown Dallas. Let me see you make it from there with $100 in your pocket. Well, you ain't gonna even have 100 because you're gonna spend some money in Huntsville, probably buying some clothes or buy some food or cigarettes or whatever. So you ain't gonna have the full 100. Make it from there. The average person can't do it. So to me, I've came a long way, and I got in the race not over. I still got a long way to go. And in the back of my mind, I always say to myself, I'm gonna be successful and I'm gonna make it against all odds. I did it in that prison, and I can do it here. Yeah, I just got out the shower. My old nose itching for some reason. Maybe I'm gonna come up with a lot of money. My old lady and her sister, they going shopping. So I got the house to myself right now. I'm going to upload this video. Then I'm going to head to the Stiff Cliff and kick it with the fellas. Yeah, I was speaking in on one of my previous videos about this guy who spent 26 years in prison and was exonerated. And his sister or nobody wrote him a letter all the 26 years he was locked up. She didn't care if this man was dead or alive. She ain't never contacted the prison to see how he was doing or nothing. And I'm going to go out tomorrow and kick it with him. He called me and asked me to come out. He really be lonesome. He got all this money, and he enjoyed me and my old lady out there talking to him, and he got him a garden. Man, he be working out in that garden like he did in prison. He grow all type of crops. He be in there. Yes, he just stay at home, man. But a lot of people, they don't end up getting millions of dollars after they've been incarcerated. The guys who exonerated, they give them a lot of money in Texas. People say that's not a lot of money, but just think about using logic. The average person do not make $80,000 a year in his whole lifetime. The average person at some dead-end job, he gonna make $15, maybe $20 an hour maximum his whole life. That's gonna be it. It's bad you got to be incarcerated to get some money. But I look at the brighter side of it. You could have been free. You still wouldn't have shit. I look at all the guys who are free. Hell, they ain't got a damn thing. I know so many of them, man. I can go to South Dallas. So many old schools over there, man. It's pathetic. Go around the homeless shelter in South Dallas. It's full of them. They ain't got a pot to piss in and the one to throw it out of. All they can do is tell you some good stories about what they used to have. A lot of them know it's a wrap now. They can't outrun the police. They don't keep up with technology. So they don't know how to beat the system anymore. So it's over with. They don't even try to hustle. And some of them are logical. They'll say, hey, man, I spent too much time in prison. I want to die on the outside. I'm not going back to prison and die in one of those cells or dormitories. I'm going to die out here. Y'all follow me over on Patreon. Y'all know what it is. Keep your shanks. It's the weekend. They all broke this time of the month. All of them are broke. They out looking at the ground, picking up shit, pocket watching. Y'all stay ready to ride on these fools because these suckers might start acting crazy. We have to do the ass. Y'all like and subscribe. And I thank you for watching.